you a photographer? Yeah. Okay, look at you, big purr.
God bless her. She's amazing. She said, just, I got you. I was like, you a real one. But she can't always be here. She's just certain people.
Just like tries to every now and again.
Or if we need like a certain shoot. Like she wants me to model soon. I'm like, oh.
No, do you know what I was trying to do? I'm trying to get into the modeling industry too. For basketball. I'm just like, why not? But the one thing is, we gotta go in barefaced. That means no lashes. I'm like,
oh, you good.
That's the only thing.
Sis, you good.
But yeah, I'm like, I want to do something like that. Right. More than just basketball. I mean,
I can see you already, honestly.
But I'm like, playing pro and a model at the same time, like that's kind of sick. Like,
oh well, Angela Reese. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Garage Talks 5417 podcast. As you know, I'm your host, Desmond Reynolds, aka the Peacekeeper. And we have another wonderful guest today. I'm telling you, another wonderful guest. This is actually a monumental episode. It's real personal to me with this guest. So let me hurry up and introduce this beautiful young lady real quick. Graduated from Churchill High School in 2021. 2023 JUCO Regional Champion. Yes, she's a hooper. So 2023 Regional Champion. Attended LaSalle University in Philadelphia and now Oregon State Beaver. And man, let me tell y'all, this is the first episode we draw blood. This is my family on the episode. Told myself I want to do this. Keep rolling, Joe. We good. Ooh,
Deep breath in, brother.
We good. And my family means a lot to me. Thick and thin. I told them. But Tiara Bolden, good to have you, sis.
Thanks for having me, Des.
Appreciate you, baby.
I didn't know you'd cry over me.
Yeah. It's the first one. I mean, this is the first one with family.
Just shows I'm special, man.
You're the sister I never had.
Wow. True.
You know, so it's deep. It's deep, and I appreciate you, sis.
Thanks for having me on here.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, like for real.
Hey, as you know, it's a safe space, and we're gonna do what we do here. Sis, what's up? How's summer?
Okay. Whew.
How was summer? It's over now.
How was summer?
Yeah, it's
like
over now.
as in workouts or just in general, because like I feel like I went through the ringer. Like I don't even know how to even like describe it. Like I went through so much stuff in a short amount of time. Like the transfer portal, coming back home, like literally moving back home on faith, and all of that stuff, not knowing where I'm gonna end up and go to school next, and all of this stuff. So it's like kind of just everything was like super fast paced, and I kind of had to like,
man, sis,
make some quick decisions. So
you did, sis. You went through it.
Yeah, I went.
Did summer go by quick for you? Cause sis, for me, I'm like summer, it just flew.
Yeah. I'm like, literally, I feel like I just got to school here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We start school. Like, yesterday was my first day of school. And I'm like, there's just no way.
Right.
Like, I'm sitting in class, sitting in the front because I made it. I got there late. And I'm like, you know how, like, you walk in late and the whole class is staring at you and the only seats available are the front seats? I had no headphones. I was trying to call my friend at the same time. Had no headphones, no AirPods, like just sitting there. And the teacher was going over all the rules. And I'm like, dang, like, I feel like I've been in college forever.
Right.
But now that I'm a senior, it's like, I kind of want to stay in college a little longer, you know?
Right.
But yeah, it was,
I mean,
definitely eye-opening.
Absolute, sis. I mean, sis, you know me, I didn't go to college, but I felt like that in high school. Like, my senior year, I was like, damn.
But then it's like, after high school, it's like, dang, you got 4 more years of this. And like balancing basketball and academics and like your personal life, it's like you don't really have a personal life. It's just school and hoops. Right. And then extra hoops if you're really trying to like make it big, you know?
Absolutely, sis. Yeah, that's crazy. Summer, I'm just thinking about it. We did have that crazy lake day though. Remember us at the
Oh
lake?
my gosh.
Sis,
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'll ever forget about it.
sis, that like with my Mexico trip, like those went hand in hand, sis. We had a vibe out there.
I almost flew off the jet ski like 5 times.
Why is that?
Gee, I wonder. I didn't realize I had to hold on like with every part of my body, like arms and legs together.
I warned you. I was like, we're going to go. Like, we're going to go.
I told you if I got hit one more time by one of those waves, I gracefully would have just let everything go and it just would have been gone. I didn't even care at that point. I was like, bro, just please, just take me back to land.
Right,
I'm like I just did my hair, just got my lashes done. You know how you try to look cute, but you know you're not trying to get in the water. That's exactly how I was feeling.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just like, let me just go somewhere where the surface is stable.
Sis, we was out there for like 45 minutes, an hour, just going.
Literally, it was so much fun though. Like I don't think I'll ever do it again.
What?
Knock on wood.
So if I have us a jet ski, you ain't going to? Sis, come on.
Maybe if you let me drive it.
Oh, you want to drive next time?
You said you wouldn't let me, but if you will let me.
I mean, if it's
I'm
mine,
down.
I'll let you drive it. It's just, that one wasn't mine, so.
Yeah, sure. I'm like, I saw this one girl do a backflip off the jet ski on TikTok. I was like,
Oh, she tripped, like in the water?
yes, like full on backflip. I'm like, dang, we should try that, but like, you should let me try it.
Right, you try. I ain't.
After basketball, of course, after I retire.
Absolutely.
If I ever retire.
If you do. So a long time from now, sis.
Yeah.
You that was fun. I remember we was out there so long. Tevin and Woody was like, yeah, the guy that let you use the jet ski was like, they're gone. I don't even know where they went.
Shoot, I didn't even know where we were. I'm looking like I was like, Des, where do we even come from? Because if I drove by myself, I'd probably be lost.
Right.
I'd go in every direction. Probably would have ran out of gas, and I can't swim, so.
Man, but the lake was so pretty. Like, it was I had so much fun with you on that lake.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I reflected on it, and I'm like, dang, like, I haven't been home in over 3 years. So the fact that I'm literally here, like, oh yeah, like, I go to school here. Like, I can literally drive up the street and see my family. It's, like, definitely a lot different than what I'm used to.
Right,
But,
right.
like, I'm just so excited. Like, you guys are actually, like, everybody is a part of my last year, which I think is going to make the most special.
That's monumental, sis. It really is. I'm going to be up in there chilling. Sis, I say with the lake, too, the most impressive thing of that day, you holding that GoPro during the whole ride.
Oh, my gosh, and I lost the film.
Yeah, I know, man.
I'll re-edit it, though.
Okay, I still got the chip, but.
Because I did, like, a little vlog. I think I'm going to do, like, the little Wii background music.
Oh, right.
And then, just have most of it of me screaming because it's all of my reaction of me almost flying off and stuff.
Man, for real, sis. That I tell you, mate. Okay, my bad, sis. But getting back to it, what was I gonna say? But yeah, you holding the GoPro the whole time. That was crazy, man. Like seriously, I was impressed. I was literally impressed. I'm like, she's holding the GoPro recording this.
My arms were a little tired. I'm not gonna lie. So you know how like one arm is stronger than the other. My right arm was literally going in strong, and then I tried to switch it to give my arm a break. I almost lost it. Like I literally started like how to juggle it to get it back in my hands, and I was like, he'd be so mad at me. I'm gonna just switch back to the other side and take the L.
That's all we got, yeah. Sis.
I would have just been like, my bad. Have you be hurt a little bit?
Yeah, I be hurt, mate. But yeah, I got the footage, so
just resend it to me, and I got you.
I'm just gonna give you the chip and be like, God bless you, handle business.
That's fine.
That's it right there. So sis, let's go ahead and let the world know you're my first family member here. I mean, just straight up, this is crazy. I told my team, I told everyone 1 year, and then we'll start having family on. We got a huge family.
It's huge.
Huge. It's a lot of us, over 100, which is like a blessing. But
yeah, probably over more than 100.
Probably over 100. Yeah, it's crazy, mate. So I want to get into family talk. How go ahead and let them know how and why did you start chilling with me and my parents and the dogs? Like, because we got our parents 9 siblings. Her mom, my dad, our brother and sister. So sis, how'd you get to chilling with us so much? Remind me.
I honestly don't know. It's actually kind of crazy because like Uncle Keith used to bully me growing up. Your dad used to bully me growing up. So I'd always have something against him. But with Auntie'd be like, Yar, just come over. We have big dogs. I think you'd like them. but like let's go do like back to school shopping. And I feel like auntie, like shout out to you auntie, but like she definitely like helped like getting out of my comfort zone and stuff, because you know I was really like glued to the hip with my mom, and I really wouldn't even go with anywhere with, not even with Auntie Jan or Aunt Debbie or anybody.
And you was kind of quiet.
Yeah, I didn't talk much.
You was kind of quiet.
So I'm like, when I was like, okay, like I guess I'm in 6th grade now, I'll go hang out with y'all. Yeah. And then I met the dogs for the first time. I was petrified of Kalina. I was terrified because she was so big. Because you know, I grew up around Tycho, which is a little Chihuahua, and then I see this dog that's like twice as big as a love seat. I'm like, bro, like, and you expect me to think she's friendly and she's not gonna eat me? And I'm only like 5'4" at the time. I was like, no. I'm like, I'm good. But once I like, you know, started to like hang out around you guys more, and especially like I grew up with Kalina, like, you know, she was.
And she ain't no normal dog. She a Presa Canario, so you know how that is.
Yeah, my sleep. But you know how like people be thinking Presas are scary and stuff? This one, I put bunny ears on her for Easter, and then I would like feed her food, and like she would like literally lay on top of me, like all of that stuff. And it was like I never really knew anything about dogs. I've always wanted one, right? But I really think that she truly showed what, like, I don't know. She just showed me like I don't even know how to explain it. She was just my best friend, and she kind of just, I don't know how exactly we just clicked, but something about her just made me just like.
Did she almost feel like she was like a person to you? Yes.
Oh my goodness. If I would tell her no, she would literally give me the side eye. And you know how like when you'd be calling your dog and be like, yeah, come here. Right. I'd be like, Kalina, come. And she'd just look at me and she side eye me, and then she'd just go back to what she's doing. I'm like,
for real?
Yes. She would. And I'm like, I'm only like maybe 13, 14, but I'm just like, dang, I'm like, I was kind of hurt. I'm like, you don't respect me unless I give you food.
Man, Kalina don't play. And she would tell you about it too. You do something she don't like, woof, 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 woof. I'd be like, dang it, man. Like, I feel what you saying.
I didn't even care. I'd mock her back. Woof, 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 woof. What you gonna do about it? But, like, knowing that she's, like, 3 times the size as me. Man. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm just, like, 2 girls, too, just, like, going back and forth. But, I mean, at the end of the day, though, she really was my best friend.
For real.
Like, I remember the day where you called me and you're like, hey, like, we have to let her go today. Like, obviously I was playing basketball. I had a basketball workout. And I literally just stopped everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm going home. Because I started sobbing. I was like, there's just no way. Because all the pictures, the memories, I had little TikToks of us and stuff before TikTok was a thing. And all of that. Sorry, the bug is coming.
You get the fly out there.
But, like, all of that stuff, it just kind of, like, struck a nerve.
Because you was in Philly last year. Yeah. Sis, I didn't want to call you because I knew what you were doing. And I'm like, man, like, it was just so, but I was like, she would hate me if I don't call her, like she would, so I gotta just tell her.
Right before I left, because I think I went to Uncle Keith's house the last time just to say bye to her, because I knew she was getting old. And, you know, like, with me going to, like, different schools and stuff like that, I didn't have time to come home. And I would usually make all the time in the world just to go hang out with her. Take her to go get food, or, you know, like the little pup cups and stuff.
Oh, yeah, but, like, she loved those.
All of that stuff. So, like, when I saw her for the last time, I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to see her again. Man. And I said bye to her there, and I'm like, Uncle, like, she's getting old. And he was like, yeah. Yeah. So, man. I was like, I already had a feeling, so I was trying to prepare myself for it. Right. But it's kind of sad, because, like, she was the first big dog that I was like, man, like, after her, I want to get a big dog. Right. So now I'm over here looking at Mastiffs, like, man, maybe I'm either getting a Presso or a Borbello at this point. I don't even know.
Sis, that's, you know, world, the topic of losing a dog. Like, we're firm believers of what you put into something, you get back, and a dog's love is so unconditional. And it's like when you lose that, it's just devastating. Like, sometimes all you have is a dog there, and it's the worst thing, man. It's a pain. Then you ask yourself, why am I doing this again by getting another one? But, you know,
but it's like the memories at the end of the day. Like, I don't even. Dogs just hit different. They don't even argue with you back. They don't talk back. Man, they just love you and they just want your attention.
Unconditional love, sis.
But yeah, it kind of just hit, because I'm like, that was like my childhood right there. My childhood is gone. Now I feel old. Very old, actually, but
shoot.
yeah.
Watching you grow up made me feel old. That's what made me. I'll be good until I see you. And I'll be like,
I'm like,
damn.
yeah, I'm 21 now. What's up?
Bruh, see?
Bro.
Like, oh, bruh.
But
Don't let me see you at a bar. I'll be hurt. I'll be like, no, I go home. I go just like you left practice. I'm going home.
You said, I'm out.
I'm out. I turn around.
You know what I would do?
What's up?
If I saw you, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I might just leave too. We didn't see each other. Nothing ever happened. we not gonna discuss it.
Big bet right there. Big bet. I got.
We ain't even gonna talk about it.
See you the next day.
Literally be like, hey, what were you up to?
Shoot.
Chill, sleep.
Mm-hmm. Man, sis, for real.
Yeah, we ain't talk. That's some things we just ain't finna talk about.
Till it happens. Yes, you always held the dogs down. I always love that about you, sis. You always, from Loki to Kalina to Saya to our current ones to Kingsley. Oh, Kingsley.
That's so crazy to me.
Kingsley. I know. You a real one, sis. Real talk.
Dang.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy to look back, right? And
it's crazy because now it's like, dang.
We go back.
I'm just old. I'm just old.
Nah, it's just, it's just life taking its course. That's all. It's just life taking its course.
Yeah.
We good. But I do look at some old pics of us and be like, damn, man, you been there.
I was about to say, you should insert some, just like.
Yeah, I'll send some to Joe. He can put some up during our podcast and stuff.
Because I have a few. Like, I remember I did not take care of my hair at all. And I would wear Aunt Chrissy's bonnet. And I would wear her robe. And we would just, like, lay with Kalina because she would just lay on top of me. Yeah. So we just mess with her.
Damn.
Like, in the mornings and stuff like that.
Right.
Like,
Y'all
that's so crazy to me.
Be a vibe. It's a blessing to wake up to that. It's a blessing, sis. I mean, you saying that, you're just taking me back. It's a blessing to just wake up to family, man. It really is. On that, next question, how important is it to be there for people when it matters most? How important is that for you? Or other way around, how important is it for people to be there for you when it matters most? People showing up to your games, showing up to your lowest moments in life. How important is that? I'm
not gonna lie. It's once you experience it for you to truly, like, be grateful for it. I don't know, because, like, I would always take for granted having a big family and stuff because I'm like, yeah, like our family's big. And I'm thinking like, man, I can't date nobody because I'm scared they might end up being my cousin growing up in Eugene and stuff like that. But it's like so much more than that. Like the fact that, because back in Philly, like I was struggling. Like I had...
struggling with what?
I had depression.
Did you?
Like I was in a severe, deep depression.
Okay. And
it's hard because, you're not having family on the East Coast.
Straight up.
But then... all your family's on the West Coast trying to support you, but the time zones are different. And then it's like you're in this new land where it's like this new territory where you don't know. Like it's not generally safe. I can't do much. I don't have means of transportation because Philly is one of the top 10 dangerous cities in America. Like all that stuff.
Damn, okay.
And it's like kind of hard because with basketball, like playing D1 for the first time, you start to isolate yourself because they're like, first, like being at home is your sanctuary. But then it would get to the point where days were stressful. I just go to my room. And I'd isolate.
Would
and
you?
I was scared, I think, to reach out because I just thought that if I did reach out, then people wouldn't really accept me or, help me out, even though we didn't really talk as much.
Right.
And I mean, not until like I finally was able to be like, you know what? I'm like, I love myself way too much just to let myself sit here and feel this. So like, I reached out to get help from like my teammates and like my really good friends who, I mean, I'm close with some now today.
Hey, that's
but it really does take a village for like one person because it's like, man, like I didn't have family, but they became my family.
Ooh, that
like
part.
My teammates became my family. So like now knowing that I have people I can rely on, that meant so much to me, more than anybody could ever know. Because like, you know how you really be going through some things and like, people don't know the real story behind it.
Right.
Like, it's just kind of something that you're just taking to the grave at this point.
Were you ever like just too strong for your own good? Like you were trying to hold it in and be strong. And then it's just like you get to the point where you're like, oh my God, like I can't.
Like, that's the point of like, I always thought that was the meaning of being a Reynolds. Like, because, we were taught we're not supposed to be taking nothing. We're not supposed to be, feeling a certain way. Or we're just not going to let the world know how we're feeling. But we just take all of that stuff. We deal with that in silence, in private, and all that stuff because
smile and keep going.
Right.
Yeah. Don't show nobody.
Because you don't want to ruin somebody else's day. They're like, you don't want to put your bad energy and your bad like mood and stuff onto them because I feel like emotions and the way that you act, it's contagious.
It is.
Like
That's
a smile's
true.
contagious, anger can be contagious. So it's like you kind of have to like be careful with that. So for me, I didn't ever want to have to put anybody else in a bad mood or feel what I'm feeling.
So a little bit of people pleasing too.
Right.
Okay.
But
I feel that.
At the end of the day, though, it's like that's not healthy. Like with everything that I experienced and stuff,
right?
Like you can't bottle things up because when you bottle things up, that's where you either crash out or that's where you spiral. So it's like, how do you deal with all of that stuff in the meantime and taking it one step at a time, one day at a time? I have this little bracelet on that says one day at a time.
That part.
But like, how are you gonna react to it? Like, are you gonna fold into like the chaos and everything that's going on, or are you just gonna take it one step at a time, rather than going back to what you're comfortable in?
Straight up.
Okay.
Straight up. Oh,
yeah, that was kind of good.
Flip that right there. Sis, I mean, it's huge. I mean, it's September, nearing the end of September, Mental Health Suicidal Prevention Month. I mean, it's imperative we keep our mental health in check. It's imperative. And I love everything you had to say, sis. It's real talk, man. You gotta observe yourself. Someone told me you sometimes have to put yourself in third person. You know what third person means, like just stepping from the outside.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I don't know. You don't game like I do. I be gaming third person, first person. Anyways.
I used to play video. I have 2 brothers. I'm a middle child. Come on now.
Hey, J. Cole.
I live
middle
with...
child.
Okay, bro. Okay.
But nah, real talk. You do. And I know just what you're saying, like me. Oh, yeah. So I know with me, I have to do that. I'm such an emotional being, which is a blessing. I got this emotion, this drive. But sometimes I said, Des, you got to step back and survey yourself. What makes Des happy, sad? When is Des holding on to too much? You're right, man. And once I did that, I feel unstoppable some days. But
no, literally. But it's like, at the end of the day, you really got to look back and like really take care of yourself. Because I know like all the dreams and the visions and stuff that you have, like you are really trying to reach it. Because, you know, time is of the essence. You're really trying to lock in for a certain amount of time just to reach your goal and stuff. But it doesn't matter if you're not in the right mentality or not even right mentality. You're not even in the right like shape. I mean like mental shape, physical shape, emotional shape. And if you're not mentally or physically, spiritually prepared for it, you can't really take on what you really need to. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense, sis. And I mean, you being a collegiate athlete, so many people probably, that part, you know.
Okay.
So many, damn, I love you. So many people like look at you and like, oh, she good. She good. She don't go through what I go through. But then talking to you, it's like, man, just
I'm
like
human too. Dang. Like, I feel like with athletes though too, nobody really talks about the mental health aspect of it just because, you know, you're being based off of your performance. You're just like another player until the media knows you or other people really get to know you. And then it's like, oh, they're a really cool person.
Absolutely.
But you don't really realize deep down you're a really cool person that struggles with A, B, C, and D.
Right.
You know? So it's like, I'm kind of glad that they're starting to talk about it in the media a lot more because I feel like mental health is a really big factor in playing in sports performance, but also like just well-being in general.
Life, yeah. Especially with social media these days. This is one of my things I always say because social media is a highlight reel, and you start going through it too much. You like, bruh, like I'm hurt. So I be telling people, put your phone down. Yeah.
But then like social media though too, it's like, would you really call it a facade? Because you know how they have like the highlight reels? It's showing all the highlights, but it's ignoring all of the lowlights and all of the behind the scenes and all of that stuff.
True.
Which like for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like I got TikTok, I got Twitter, but I'm mostly on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, you got that whole section on your phone.
Follow me, T_T right there. Anywho, sorry. But yeah, like with TikTok and stuff, like I have a Christian platform, right? And I'm like, I want to spread the gospel as much as I can, but also like the people who don't really know who Jesus is, but they want to know, or people who like are ashamed of the gospel or ashamed of like what they went through to like go see Jesus and all that stuff.
Right.
Like I want to help with that. Like, I want God to use me to bring more people closer to him for his glory, you know? But, I mean, I would take breaks. Like, I literally took almost a 8 or 9 month break from posting on TikTok.
That's what's up.
And that's just because my headspace wasn't in it. Like, my mental health was not good. I was dealing with so much at the time. And it's like, you know, you want to be positive because you want to see everybody else. You don't want to put anything on anybody else.
Right.
But at first, I just wouldn't even post until I was feeling better. But then I just started posting. Look, I used to post when I was crying, when I was angry, all of that stuff, because the thing is, emotions are real. We all feel all of this stuff.
Would your posts reflect that? Like, if you was crying and you put a post out, was it usually towards something emotional?
I wouldn't really say what it was about, but I just want to be transparent and be like, just because I have this platform or just because I have this many followers or I'm doing A, B, C, and D doesn't mean that I'm not going through the same thing you are.
Straight up.
Like, I want to be real about it rather than...
Oh, my bad, sis. You got it. Oh, yeah.
I just want to be real as much as possible because, I would want someone to be real to me.
Right.
Dang, is this water? Sorry.
Nah, you good. Man, that's so true. Real quick, once you were going through your things and you found your village, like, I so relate to you just kind of stepping back to that before the next question. Like, with this podcast, sis, it was like, bro, I was trying to take it all on. I was. Shout out to Joe, but I was trying to take it all on. And then it was like, bruh, it's like God sat me down and said, bruh, look, I'm going to give you some soldiers and I need you to ride with them. And God really put that. So I feel you, because I would burn myself out every 2 weeks, every week. I would burn myself out because I wanted it so bad. I'm like, I want this so bad and I can do it. And God was like, nah, we're going to change that I to we. So I'm going to give you some soldiers. So here comes Khalil. Shout out to Khalil when he was here with us. Then Kevin came aboard. Then my mama came aboard. And I was like, okay, you know, I can really focus on my part and my teammates can do their parts. I feel you, mate. Because it was affecting my mental health. I was exhausted. Yeah. I was quick to anger, which isn't good. Yeah, I was quick to anger. And I feel you, mate. So now having people that's like, hey, I got this. Hey, Des, I got this. Yo, Des, just throw this to me. You do this, throw it to me. Bruh, I'm like, oh, we good. We good.
Yeah. And you know what's like, sorry, I cut you off.
No, you good. What's up?
Okay. I was about to say, like, it's crazy because, like, I mean, we kind of have, like, the same, like, mentality when it comes to, like, trying to achieve everything we can as soon as possible and all of this stuff. Even though we don't have the resources, we'll make a way kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I really, like, especially this year, I really had to sit back. I literally got humbled so good.
Did you? How so?
Jesus literally told me, he was like, you need to stop and you need to take a seat. And I need you to see me work so that way you know where your help is coming from and not think that it's you that's doing all of this stuff. Ooh. So I know that's kind of a bar. Ooh. You need to quote that. Anywho. But yeah, like he legit humbled me.
How'd he do it to put it out in the world? How did he humble you? How did he show you what's up?
I mean, a lot of it came with like the people in my circle, especially with like coaches and all of that stuff. Okay. Like he would remind me because I would ask him to humble me. I don't know why. I just keep asking him because
you get what you ask for.
Yeah, literally, because it's like, you know, like you don't want to ever go into a situation to where you're cocky or where you believe that you're better than everybody else. Because I feel like if you're already there, you've already lost, and that's basically your reward. Yes. But I feel like if God humbles you and He works on you to continue to pursue that dream the way that He has, according to like the plan that He has for you. Okay. It's like, it's worth so much more because it's like getting a crock pot meal over a microwave dinner, you know? Gotcha. Like He kind of rebuilds your character and all of that stuff. Like there's this Bible verse where He's like, follow me and I'll make you a fisher of man, right? Like with Peter. And you know, Peter, before he followed Jesus, it's kind of like Peter was a fisherman before, so it's not like he was a man of God at the time.
And he was cursing up a storm, wasn't
he? That's what I'm saying.
Cursing up a storm.
But you know what I heard, though?
What's up?
They said, so I will make you a fisher of men. So God knows that we, like, in general, He knows that we aren't exactly where we need to be. Like, God says, come as you are. So as you come as you are, He will make you into something else. Like, He will make you into something that is according to where you need to be. And then after he makes you and molds you and develops you, then he'll send you out.
Oh, gotcha.
And send you out for everything that he has planned for you.
Yes,
but
because you might have not been ready before.
Literally.
Gotcha.
So he's basically preparing you, but also everything that he has is going to come in his own time where he thinks is perfect. I learned this the hard way, like with trusting in his timing and stuff, because I would be super impatient about things.
Yes,
like even
as
with
we all
like,
is.
even with like transferring and trying to figure out, God, like where do I belong and stuff. He'll show you at the right time. You just kind of have to sit back and be like, God, I don't know what's going on, but I got to trust you through it. And I believe that you're going to send me to where I'm going. It's just hard right now because I know I want it, but you're really going to rebuild me, remake me in ways that I didn't even think were possible.
And sis, I say it and I look this way. God will never block your blessings. I'm going to say that. God will never block them.
But you can block your own.
That part. You can block them. I would even go to the extent, sis, of saying you'll delay them. You'll always have an opportunity to capitalize on your blessing. Are you going to recognize the opportunity? Are you going to heed it? Are you going to use it?
Yeah.
That's the key. You get opportunities. God ain't, sometimes God will lay it out for you. But for the most part, he ain't ever going to block it. He'll delay it, or you can delay it, but he won't block it. And
he'll give you the tools.
Absolutely.
You just kind of have to he'll give you all the tools. You just got to build it. And then he'll already make it perfect because everything that he makes is good. So it's like,
absolutely.
He got taken care of.
So Tiara, how do you, because you're 21 years old, is there challenges in the flesh of your faith?
Yes.
You're 21.
That's all I
it's
was
2024. I mean, what's up, sis? What's up? What's some challenges you deal with? Because, I mean, let's be real. There's a lot of people just challenging the faith. How do you keep it so strong? How do you stay intact?
Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm not perfect.
None of us
I'm just letting y'all know I'm not perfect.
And me neither. I make two of us.
But, however, it's kind of weird because before, I really started, walking with God, entirely just dropping everything for him. I was so wanting to fit in with everybody else because I feel like that is the only way that I could be liked by people.
Gotcha.
I was still people pleasing. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I still have tendencies, don't get me wrong. But I would always want to do what they're doing so that way we can all laugh about it together, or I can fit in with everybody and I can feel included in all that stuff. But over the years, I just realized the more that I did it, the more that I was losing myself and losing the focus on what God was calling me to do. So
that part.
I felt like in the process I was losing myself, and I'm honestly, God has showed me many times, you do not need anybody else but him. So with that being said, there was a season where I didn't have anybody, and literally he removed all the distractions so that way he would show me who he is and how he works. So honestly, now, it's so weird because I feel like I'm so wise, but beyond my years.
You are,
as I'm 21.
Because
Because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party, all of that stuff. Because for me, I feel like it has no benefit, and I feel like I start to lose my the spirit that God has put in me.
Gotcha.
That feels like I'm losing a part of myself. So why would I want to lose a part of myself to gain something that isn't even permanent? It's temporary. That temporary high, the temporary feeling.
Absolutely.
The drive of oh yeah, when you're not on a high, literally high, but you're on an emotional high. We're yeah, I feel great. All of that stuff can go away.
It can, and it will. It will.
It will eventually.
I know. I know,
bro. I cannot. But it's for real though.
No, for real.
Once all of that stuff ends, once college and stuff ends, and let's say I would party every single day. Not every single day, but every weekend.
Damn. Yeah.
Okay, But going out, all of this stuff, and then I'm done. What am I doing after college? What am I going to? How am I benefiting from all of that stuff?
Absolutely.
Besides being an alcoholic, not even that, but all the goals and stuff that I had for myself. Say yeah, I want to do this, but I'm gonna go party instead. Then I can do it later. You're not going to do it because you're so engulfed in what everybody else is doing to where you forget about what you're supposed to do at the end of the day.
Your journey, your blessings, you're delaying them by it.
That's what I'm saying.
Delaying.
And until you realize you just got to put your nose down and be okay, I get the goals that I have. Not everybody can go with me. right? So like eagles and crows, like have you heard that story? Like eagles can soar higher than crows at a higher altitude, and crows will stick on the back of eagles to try to meet that same altitude, but it's going to pull the eagle down.
What?
Yes. So
Oh,
like
snap.
I kind of think of it like that because it's like I have some really big goals for myself.
Yes, you do.
And they just keep getting bigger and bigger as time goes on. And I feel like as much as I've gone through, I've really been able to achieve it just because it's like I had to like put myself away and my desires away and follow what God has for me, even though it was like things I really didn't even want to do. Right. But I put my nose down, I put the work in, I did all the work while like, you know, I had quote unquote enemies. Like when I had other people sleeping.
Oh, you have ops?
Not even ops for real, but you know how you're like, how your dad's like work while your enemies are sleeping? Ever since that he told me that, I'm like, that is so real. Like, how do you expect me? Because I was underdeveloped as a basketball player. I didn't have the requisites. I didn't have the accolades and all that stuff. But there was one thing that I did know how to do that worked every time, and it was to work. Literally work and then let God take the rest after I worked and try to meet him halfway.
Did you ever feel during, and it's so true of a statement, did you ever feel like you plateaued and you're like, cool, God, like, thank you. You got me where I need to be. And it's like, nah, there's more.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like that was kind of where I was at my old school. Nothing bad with my old school or anything, but I was so comfortable in the fact that everything was guaranteed.
Now, which school was that?
LaSalle.
LaSalle, so out in Philly. Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
but obviously, like, I was going through some stuff. However, I was like, I think for me, it's time to go home. I literally had that thought. And I'm
really?
Like, yeah.
How was that? Because I remember how hyped you were, we were.
I was so excited.
And then.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I was so excited. I was like, y'all, I'm going to Philly. Woo woo, I'm going to see everybody, all the different cultures. I'm like, go eat some good black people food, you know? I can say that on here, right?
Yeah, you
okay.
Good, sure. You in the culture.
My bad, Joe.
Safe space, sis. Remember that. Safe space.
Yeah,
you
like,
good.
I really, like, was excited to see all the world on, like, how it works on the other side and stuff.
Yes.
And as excited and happy I was, I didn't really feel like, at first I was like, yeah, God, like I trust you and all this stuff. Dang, my lash is kind of, but I was like, yeah, like I'm excited for what God has for me. And I believe that where he sent me, that wasn't by accident.
Gotcha.
Like I was learning some stuff in the process too. However, I don't know because originally I was going to stay, but with everything that happened, I really was homesick. Like I really wanted to go home because my mom would come and see me like every other month. That's so bad. But you know, me being a mama's girl, I'm like, I would only see her like twice a year. So like going from all of that to not as much and not seeing my family or getting the phone calls because the time zone and all of that stuff, like it was super hard.
Right.
And I was telling God, I was like, God, I want to go home. And I would always talk about going home. I was like, what if I just went and played at Oregon? Or what if I like played in Oregon? Not at Oregon, but in Oregon, to where everybody can come and see me. I'm like, God, like that's something I want. Absolutely. And when everything happened and I'm like, okay, I'm going home, I had no offers, no nothing. Because, you know, when you enter the transfer portal, it's just completely different.
So real quick, sis, so Philly didn't play out like you planned. In the flesh, in the world, didn't go as planned. You had a good, cool season, but it was time to hit the portal.
Yeah. And I wanted to stay. Like there was like no part in me that was like, yeah, I'm leaving. I don't want to be a part of this. I was like, God, I believe where you send me, that's where you need me. So whatever you have, like you said you need we need a Tiara Bolden right there. So I'm going to send you there. And you just got to trust me. And I'm like, okay, God, I believe you can make something out of nothing. Or when everything may be damaged, I believe that you can rebuild it for your good, the way that you need it to be built.
Wow.
And I was like, with that being said, because everyone was already leaving, like everyone hit the transfer portal on my team. And I was like, God, I'm staying. I was like, if you tell me to stay, God, I will stay and I will be happy. And I'm glad that you sent me here. However, if you're telling me to go, I will go and I won't look back with no hesitation. And at first I thought he was telling me to stay. So I was so happy. I was like, God, look, I trust you. Everything's perfect. When I come back, everything will be like everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows and all of that stuff. Cause this is where you sent me.
Yep.
And I went in for like a month, going to workouts, going to lift, all the fun stuff. Thinking everything's great.
He's like, cool, let's go.
But part of me was thinking, wait, why am I feeling like this? So I'm like, God, I go to God again, get on my hands and knees. And I'm like, God, look, you told me to stay here. So I said, okay, I'm gonna be content. Like, I trust you because you've already brought me this far. You're just not gonna leave me because that's who you are. So I'm like, so I'm gonna ask you this again. If I'm meant to be here, show me that I'm meant to be here. But if not, show me why I need to leave. And I won't look back. Just tell me. Well, not even a day later, he's like, you need to leave. I'm like, wait, you sure?
You just felt it. You just was like, oh, I got to hit the portal.
Like, literally in the back of my mind, it was like, because, I was so content with staying. And then all of a sudden it was like, you got to go. I'm like,
did you tell anybody before you made the decision? Made it all on your own.
I was like, God, I was like, you said leave? I said, what you mean leave?
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
everything. I was comfortable. Like, I was comfortable.
Were you going to be a starter that year too? Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't a starter when I originally got there. But then at the end of the season, I was. Like, I was just one of those players, And
beautiful story though.
But it was so weird because I'm like, why did you make me leave? Because I was so happy to be here. Absolutely. And he was like, it was because you're too comfortable. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, everything was already guaranteed towards me and da-da-da-da-da. Like, I would have had the coach's trust. I wouldn't even have had to work as hard as I did before. And because people already knew me, they knew, oh, she's good. Oh, she's a team leader. She's this, and this. So I'm like, God, why am I throwing this away when I know that I'm going to get all of this?
Exactly.
And he was like, if you were comfortable, like, if you're comfortable in a spot, like, let's say you're like chilling on the couch, eating potato chips, watching Netflix, and you're just mad comfortable, and you're like, oh, I have a report, like a report that I have to do in like, 3 hours. But the show is so good.
Cook.
And you're just laying there and you're like, dang, I'll do it in 2 hours.
Right.
Oh, I'll do it later.
Right.
Because I'm so comfortable. I'm like, did you grow? You ended up failing, right? And let's say, like, are you growing from that experience or are you just staying there? You're comfortable in where everything is right now, so you believe that you don't have to work as hard.
And Tiara, let me tell you, even if you got that report done, desperate people are dangerous people. That's a saying to hold to. So if you working out of desperation, it's dangerous. It's not as organic. It's not as pure. And so you're right.
It's not even where your heart is at the end of the day.
It's not.
Like, if you're comfortable, like, what are you comfortable about? Not having to grow. Because I feel like complacency and comfortability is the one thing that will alter your growth, especially being with God.
You can block your blessings.
Exactly. So I'm like, with all of that happening, I was sick. I was. I know you was like, yo, I was like, there's no way. And I'm like, I kept asking. I'm like, you sure? So I was like,
so what happened? Yeah, what happened that day? You got your answer. What happened?
I was sitting there, and my best friend, she wants the best for me. She was a grad, so this was her like grad year. So she was already going to play overseas and all that stuff.
Bad.
But that's when like she declared, and then she was like, so what are you gonna do? And she was like, let me ask you this. She was like, this is like literally before I told her. She was like, are you happy? Like, if I wasn't here, bro, sorry.
I know that.
But she was like, if I wasn't here and you had nobody, could you do this whole year again? And I was like, dang. I'm like, am I happy? Could I do this again? I'm like, yeah, I was happy. And then I really reflected and I'm like, I think I was just going to get by. Like, I don't think I was genuinely happy. Like, oh, I'm so excited. Today's a new day. Like, I would just walk in practice and I just wouldn't even talk. And for me, I'm a bubbly person.
You a bubbly person.
And like, when you see me, you're just like, oh, she's always in a good mood. There's no problems. But it was so bad to the point where I lost almost 30 pounds.
What?
And, yeah. And you could literally see it. I don't know if you can post this, but like bones, like on my, like you could see everything. And it was like so bad to the point where I was like, dang, like, this is what this is me. Like, this is my life. Like, this isn't who I am. Like, why am I going through this? And I feel like that really changed me. And once God really brought me out of it, I'm like, God, look, wherever you are, that's where I'm meant to be. So just show me. And then once he showed me, I was like, dang it. That's the answer I did not want. But so I called my best friend because she was at work at the time. I was like, remember how you said that I need to hit the portal? And she was like, yeah. I said, God's telling me to leave. And she was like, really? She was like, really? I'm like, yeah, I think so. And she was like, okay, let's talk about it. And she was like, what happened? Like, why did you change? Because you were so comfortable last month having no problems. So I just don't understand why. And I was like, God told me. Like, he told me to move. And I was like, okay, when you say move, I'm moving. Like, that's as simple as that. I don't have any other explanation, but God wants me to go home. Or not even. I didn't even know where I was going. I was like, I just want to go home. That's all I want, is to go home and see my family. Because, like, I haven't seen my family in the longest time. I was going through all of this stuff. And it's like, I just want to go home. So with all of that stuff happening, I kept going back and forth. Like, I felt like I didn't know what I wanted. But at the end of the day, I knew that's what God wanted. And I was so scared to make that jump because I'm going into something that's completely unknown. So, like, people, like, there's a lot of people that get lost in the transfer portal. So it's not just me. Like, it's not like you automatically get picked up. It's not, unless I was like, you know, like Caitlin Clark or like some of the bigger names, it would be a lot easier to get picked up. But for me.
So you could have been no school. There's a chance of no school. So leap of faith happened.
And the chance was very high too, especially coming from, we didn't have a successful year. So that was also kind of a harder reason too.
Gotcha. So for Tiara Bolden entering this transfer portal, you knew the chances are high you could have no more basketball career after college.
Yeah.
After this.
And it's crazy because I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I need to leave. And she was like, what do you mean you need to leave? I said, I need to go home. And she was like, okay. And at first she was like, I don't want you to leave. Everything's going to be guaranteed. Basketball's going to be guaranteed. Your education is going to be guaranteed. Because at the end of the day, education is a really big thing.
Absolutely.
And my dad was like, no, I need you to, like, I want you to graduate here because I'll be his first kid that has a degree. And he's like, you have everything. Why are you walking away from everything? And I'm like,
wow,
that's just what God wants me to do. And I was calling my Aunt Debbie. I was calling everybody saying, what do I do? They're like, did you pray about it? Yes. What is God telling you? He told me to stay, but now he's telling me to leave.
Leave. So
that's your answer. But honestly, read into it. Pray about it.
Absolutely. And then listen.
Oh, it's buzzing. Sorry, it bugged me.
But you got to listen, yeah.
And I didn't want to listen because I feel like...
Well, your flesh is survival. It's like, yo,
literally, I'm chilling.
It's survival mode.
I have everything guaranteed. And like they all, like even the coaches were like, look, like you can come back later if you want, like before school starts so you can spend time with your family. I'm like, I can't. Wow. I said, I have to go home. And that was probably the hardest thing for me because everything that I wanted and dreamed for that I thought at the time was it, I was like, I didn't want to leave it. But once I was finally like, nope, I'm leaving. And I didn't have anywhere. I had literally had to pack my bags and everything in less than like 2 weeks to leave.
And they was getting a little salty probably once they saw you was really leaving.
Yeah.
You
and
just, okay.
They told me, they're like, where are you going to school? Like, do you know what you're doing?
Everyone wants to know your next move when you make a big decision.
Right.
Everybody.
And they're like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going home. They're like, home? Like, I was like, I'm going back to Oregon. Like, I'm going to go play in Oregon. They're like, play in Oregon? Like, wait. Yeah. And they're like, wait, so you're quitting basketball? I'm like, no, I'm just going back to Oregon. So wow. I had a feeling I was going to go back to school in Oregon. That was just my gut feeling. I was like, what if? But I'm like, no. Like, when if? Like, when is it happening? Go. So, like, I was just like, no, like, I want to go play in Oregon. And they're like, okay. So all of this stuff happened. And I remember right when I hit the portal, I had a bunch of schools, maybe like 3 or 4, like not even like right when I entered it. Cause like they move fast. And it's crazy because earlier, like in the year, I think like right after like the season ended, a lot of the transfers left at Oregon State.
Okay.
So I was like, man, and same with Oregon. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, maybe that's what God is trying to tell me. Maybe. So I said, I'm going to just send emails because like of the schools that I really want to go to, like what if schools. I'm like, I don't know if it'll happen, but just why not? Why not? So I sent that email and lo and behold, not even like an hour later, I get a message from the coach. And I was like, yeah, we're interested. Can we call tonight? And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what you mean? Like, really? And I mean, I was talking to the coaches and stuff, never got offered. It was time to go home. I was trying to go on visits, but it was time to go home. And wow. I had to fly to go back home. I didn't get offered at the time. I think it was like dead week around the time where I was heading back home.
How were you feeling not having the offer?
Oh my gosh, Desmond. I mean, I was so sick, like, because you really don't know.
You don't
And
know.
With like recruiting process, they're trying to figure out why you're leaving. Why is it that you're transferring? How were you like with your past team and all of this stuff? Okay. They're trying to find all the ins and outs as Absolutely. To why you're leaving and then what you want.
Are you okay?
Yeah. So that was hard. Oh, I was crying. I was like, God, I trust you. I said, I'm going wherever you want me to go, but I'm over here.
Because your flesh is like, yo. And faith, believe in things you can't see.
And everything is so, bro, everything was just so like,
so you were sick on the airplane. Like,
when I mean, my stomach was churning. I would get calls being like, did you get like offered yet? I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah. They're like, no, like how? I was like, I was scared at one point I wasn't going to get picked up. Did
you have that feeling? Like I've heard some people say, they're like, oh, I'm like almost rolling their eyes. Like I'm going back home. Like cool. But at the same time, it's like, I'm going back home. Because the goal really is to leave home. So like, did you have that feeling a little bit?
I did, because I'm just like, dang, like I was thinking back in my mind, I'm like, dang, if all this fails out, I'm gonna just be living at home with my mom and my little brother. I might have to get a job 9 to 5.
Oh, I couldn't let you. I would be like, we're figuring this out.
I'd be so sick, like actually. Yeah. But the fact that me coming home, and it wasn't even, I had a visit set up. I wanted to say like maybe like 2 weeks after I got home with Oregon State. And let me tell you too, while I was at the school before I was leaving, I had over like 20 something schools reach out to me. Wow. And I was like, God, I'm like, okay, here I am again. You made it clear to me one time. I was like, all the schools that are not meant for me, just remove them from me. Okay. Remove them from my path. Okay. All the distractions and all that. Because I had some really big schools. Like schools in the Big East, like Butler University, which is a really good prestigious school. Wow. I'm trying to think. They were mostly East Coast schools though. Okay. But that was one of like the biggest ones I can remember off the top of my head.
And they were wanting you to try out, or they was like, yo,
no, they wanted me.
Wow.
But I was like, dang, I want to go to Butler. I had a call with Oregon State, all of this stuff. I'm like, dang, all these big schools are calling me. I'm like, okay, I'm like, God, I trust you. But then I'm like, remove all the schools from me that aren't for me and show me the one school that is. Butler texted me, hey, your grades don't, like, you don't have enough credits. I'm sorry, we can't take you. Wow. And they recruited me in the past too, like in JUCO. And then I had another school being like, hey, we like you, but we saw somebody that would fit better in our program. Wow. And it was like all of these no's. And I'm like, dang, like, how do I even react? I'm like, at this point, please just don't message me. But it was so hard because all of those schools, those 20 plus schools, I was like, okay, I have a chance. Just gone, just ghost. And
it's crazy.
The crazy thing is Oregon State was the only school that was like, hey, let's visit. We want you. So I'm like, God, really? Like, you're sending me back home? Wow. And not even that, because, we're Duck fans. Yeah. As a rival, I'm like, that's even crazier.
How was the family responded to that when you kind of broke that news?
Well, your dad was mad. I told him. He was so mad. He was like, I'm not wearing orange or anything. And look.
You got to.
Look, I got some merch coming out, too. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to surprise him with one. Has my name on it and everything in my jersey.
What did your parents say when you're like, yo, OSU is trying to see
My mom started jumping for joy, screaming. She's like, yo, no way. Are you serious? And then my dad, my dad's new to the recruiting process, so he didn't really know. He was like, go Beavers, you're committing. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. But
he was probably trying to work out contract negotiations. Yeah, come on, I know.
No, I'm like, bro,
love you, Uncle D, but damn.
I have to tell it all. I'm just saying.
Nah,
I
cool.
tell it all.
So you went up there.
Yeah, I went on the visit.
You visited.
Everything was nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Was it?
They had cookies and they had like like the Blazers, like the Nike Blazers. They had a shoe.
What?
Shaped as a blazer.
Okay.
That was the most fascinating thing I saw this whole time. Or I saw a robot deliver food on campus. Oh. Like they literally gave me the princess treatment and everything.
So you have motion up there. Mm-hmm. You have major motion.
Yeah, and I didn't even know. I was like, I still haven't gotten an offer. And we saw the campus, we saw the team practicing and all of this stuff. We go up to his office after I'm like, I like everything, da-da-da-da.
Coach's office?
Head coach's office.
Head coach's office. Here
and
we
he
go.
asked me, he was like, why are you playing basketball? When I mean, you know how you try not to cry at anything. Oh, I was sobbing like a baby.
Ah, shoot.
And you know how you'd be like.
Who was all in the room?
It was, so he first told me to take a chair, right? So here's his desk with his big chair. And then there's another chair in front of it. And then there's a chair by the window, a couch, and then another chair across. Usually, he would sit in this front chair. I sat in that chair. He's like, choose any chair you want. I sat in that front chair. And he was like, no one has ever sat in this front chair. Like, no athlete, none of my players have ever sat in that chair. Besides me, that's my chair. I'm like, crazy. And I just chose a chair.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. He thinks that I chose it for a reason. No, I really just chose a chair. Anyway, because I thought he was gonna sit there, but Anyway, it worked out. But we all sat. My mom sat across from me, and my mom and dad were on the couch, and he was also on the couch. And he was like, why are we here? And I'm like, I want to play basketball. He was like, you want to play basketball? I was like, I want to be the best version of myself I can possibly be. And he was like, really? So why are you playing basketball to begin with? And I'm like, well, for starters, do I have to go into the whole story about the reason why I play basketball? Do you want the short version or the long version?
Let's go short one.
Okay. Basically, I've always had a dream of like playing on the big screen and all that stuff. And when I was younger, like during March Madness and all that stuff, I'd be like, hey, Mom. And I point to the TV and I'm like, I want to play there. Like, I think I can play. And she was like, okay. And that was the time where I didn't really put the work in and all that stuff. Because that was before I fell in love with basketball. Yeah. And I fell in love with basketball at Gill Coliseum.
Okay.
When Granddad went to my game, the one time he went,
yep,
that's when I fell in love with the game.
That's when you fell in love. Okay.
I told him.
Good to know.
It's just crazy because I was telling my mom I want to be there. Like, I believe I can do it. And with all of those people that would look at me and I'd be like, yeah, I believe I can do that. And they just look at me and be like, you're crazy. Like, you don't understand how hard that is to get there. Like, you can't make it. You're not capable. I've seen better people than you. You're too small. You're not strong enough. But you're not talented enough.
You kept going.
Yeah. And for me, yeah, it was hard. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, having your dream kind of like shattered, thinking like, man, like I'm really not good enough. Like, it just kind of hits home, you know? Right. And I told him, I was like, all these people telling me I couldn't do it.
Right.
But at every level, I exceeded their expectations. And I made it. And they would look at me and be like, how did you even do that? I don't even know how.
Sis, I see people who you used to play with, and they're not doing it. You know how imperative that is, babe? And
it's just crazy because I'm blessed. Like, sometimes I just look at God and I'm like, why did you choose me? Because
why not?
That's literally it. And it's like, it took me the longest to understand why not. But I would just wonder, like, God, like, all of these people are super successful. They have all these accolades. They have everything that I don't have. I'm like, why are you choosing me out of all people?
Right.
And it was kind of like a testimony, not just for me, but he used that for the sake of them too. Because my faith in God was so strong.
That part.
And people like would ridicule me or like they make fun of me of that. Like I wouldn't go party because I'm like, that's not who God called me to be. And they'd be like, they would call me names and all of that stuff.
What?
And yeah, like there was a point where I did get teased a lot because of it.
Got bullied.
Yeah, not bullied. Not bullied.
I was about to say, you too strong for
not
that.
Not bullied.
But they was
they were saying some like sly jokes and stuff like that.
I've had that for sure.
And yeah, definitely hurt. But now they're just looking at me like, wow. Like I didn't even know you can make it this far.
And Did they make it that far? No.
I was the only person in my entire group to make it D1.
Talk your talk.
And now I'm playing at a major D1 school for my last year. So
she got accepted. She's doing that. That's what we get into. She's doing that. And you know what Nipsey Hussle said? He said the only difference is I didn't give up. Yeah. I did not stop trying. Nip said that. And look at you. You're doing the same thing. That's the only difference. You didn't give up. You believe in yourself.
But this time's different, though. Because now it's like, dang, like I'm actually here. I'm like, now I got to make something shake in a year.
You're there.
And God's just telling me, like, I got it. Like, all you got to do is just trust me. Like, I got it. Like, trust. I brought you here for a reason. I'm like, dang. I'm like, are you sure? Like, all this stuff that I want to do in a year? He's like, I can do it. You just got to you literally just got to humble yourself and sit back and trust me. I'm like, sheesh. I'm like, okay, I'm going to just let bro cook. Let him cook.
Man, I love it. Beautiful story.
Thanks, man.
Welcome, girl. It makes me tear up. Again, because you told me that story in July. Woo.
And it's crazy because it's like everything was unknown at the time.
Unknown.
And then at the end of the visit, when he was like, look, I want to prove all of those people who said all this stuff about you, I want to prove all of them wrong.
Right.
And I want to reach you to your ceiling. Because he said, he asked me in the interview, he was like, how do you want me to, what do you think you need? Like, what do you need from me? Like, how can I help you to get to where you need to go? Like, how do you think? Because you came from down here. We're up here. How can you get from here to here? And I was like, I need a catalyst for that. And he was like, what's a catalyst? Because you know I'm a bio geek. Like I love science and all the experiments and all that stuff.
Straight up.
And he was like, what's a catalyst? I was like, that's like a component that speeds up reactions to make them go from here all the way up to here.
Got you.
And he was like, okay, so what's your catalyst? I'm like, you're my catalyst. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I believe that when I come here, you are going to take me to new heights because my ceiling hasn't even been reached. I'm not even halfway near my ceiling.
No, you're not.
That's what's crazy. And I'm like, I believe you can do it. You just got to, you just have to be my catalyst. I need you to do that. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh. And then he told me at the end of the visit, I want to be your catalyst. Absolutely. Like, I want to make this work. I want to prove all those people that said all this stuff about you. I want to prove them wrong for you. So you don't even have to do it.
That's so deep, sis.
So I'm just like, dang. I literally started crying.
I know you
because
did.
I was just like, dang, like, you know, for the longest time, like, I feel like I haven't really been heard, especially like with like my basketball story.
Right.
Because people always look at me and be like, wow, like you're capable. Like, well, we don't think you're capable. But then when I do it, they're like, wow. Like, I didn't know you could hoop like that. Like, someone came up to my mom and was like, dang, like, she's here. Like, I didn't think she was that good enough to even make it.
See there? See,
So
that's what happens when you make a big decision for you.
Yeah.
When you make a decision for you, you shake up your environment. You shake up those in there, Tiara. And so what's going to happen is, I got to say your name more because I don't know everyone knows
Tiara.
this.
Oh,
I know
full name is crazy.
I know, T. But anyways, you shake it up because there's people in there. Yeah, you got the one speaking out loud to you. Oh, yeah, you can't, or this, that. Then you got the quiet ones that are just hoping you don't make this shake up in your life because they kind of want you stuck with them.
Yeah.
And you shook it up with that. You shook it. You made that decision to leave Philly, come back. And, you know, with all God's work, which is a beautiful thing, man. And you got those ones. That's why you got people going up to your mom saying, I didn't know. I didn't. Those are the ones that they weren't saying nothing. And you made that leap.
Yeah, and that's crazy. I'm like, dang. I feel like I leaped across the country with that one.
I mean, you did,
like,
literally.
Yeah,
you literally. And T, I tell you right now, man, people say hard work, passion, like these things for catapulting you. Yes, that's true. But it's also your environment sometimes that holds you back. It's your environment. It's the people around you sometimes. I'm not saying family, you know, there's exceptions. It's your environment. It's where you're growing up, where you're living. And when God asks you to jump, you need to jump. It's the environment that's going to propel you. A brother got a messy house. He ain't going to think as clear as the brother with the clean house.
Yeah.
We going to have our environment. We're going to have it. And get into that note. I changed up my environment. And everybody's going to wonder why. It's because of your story. I quit my job.
Are you serious?
I quit. I'm done.
Really?
I'm done.
Honestly, though?
Honestly.
Dang, that's so crazy. You got me almost tearing up. I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
Because of your story.
That makes me want to cry. I'm trying not to cry on camera.
Man, it's a safe space. It's a safe space. If you're going to talk, I'm going to talk too.
And you know, it's like what you were saying, like you can't really, like it depends on your environment and stuff like that. Like you got to realize, like there's a saying. I have a whole lot of sayings. I feel like I'm just wise as it is.
You wise. Help somebody. Help us.
But it was like you can't heal in the environment that you were sick in. So like. With me, sorry, my glasses are getting foggy too.
You good.
But like, if you expect, like, if you want to grow, it's like I said, like with the eagles and the crows and stuff, there's going to be people that are going to hold you back, not just because, you know, they physically don't want you to, but it's also the spirit inside of them too, because everything is spiritual. Like if you really think about it,
everything.
So it's like the enemy already knows like how you work, so he will try everything in his power for you to not to get to where God wants you to be.
Straight up.
So like I'm just using my story because that just was what happened to me. Like he will use people to tell me everything that I'm not. And that's literally been the gist of every single story and setback that I've had previously. Because I would have coaches tell me that I wasn't good enough. I'd have teammates, I'd have friends that I was super close with. Like And the fact that I felt like I was so alone because no one really understood me, but it wasn't even me though. Like, I feel like they just thought I was crazy.
Straight up.
Because I would just be like, okay, God, like, I trust you. And they're like, why is she like talking like that? Like, why is she, you know, because it's like the things that I do may seem abnormal, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to explain
It's
it.
faith. It's
But
just sometimes you just gotta go.
like sometimes like people are like, "Wham, like why is she alone? Like why is all this stuff?" But it's because like God really does separate you before He elevates you,
Oh,
because He wants to make sure that you know that everything that's happening is because of Him.
because
So I'm like, I feel like too, like God gives you a dream for a reason. It's not like God doesn't give dreams that are nonsense for, you know, like He doesn't give us dreams that don't make sense. Like He gives everything that He has His purpose, and everything that He has and that He does is good. So why would He give you a dream in your heart that you could not shake and have you, you know, let go of it?
Straight
you know?
up.
So like with the dreams and stuff that I have, like after this next step, like I haven't really told people like what my next dream or what my next vision may be.
Hey.
But I'm keeping it on the low until it happens.
Hey.
But
And that's fine because you rather show than tell.
yeah, I'm like, I feel like just like telling people, that's the reward over everything.
Exactly.
So it's like people don't know the process of everything that I had to go through, everything that continues to like motivate me and all that stuff. Like they don't really need to know that.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, at the end of the day, I might just write a book. I'm gonna be honest, you and me both.
Hey.
But like,
And we will.
if God gives you that like chance, like if He gives you that like that dream and that vision, like we're supposed to follow it. So like with you, I'm so glad that you did.
Thank you.
And I'm like, I know
Thank
you're gonna
you.
succeed. It's just it may not seem like it right now, or not even seem like it, but it may not. Like there's gonna be times where you seem like, why am I doing this? Like,
I'm in survival right now.
yeah, like fight or flight, like all of this stuff.
Right.
Like you're really gonna be able, like just imagine in a
Thank
few years you're really gonna look back at it and be like, man, like God really brought me
Thank you.
from this to this.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of like what I've learned over the years, like with everything that's happened and stuff. Like I would stress about it, and I remember I would just cry for hours and hours, ask my mom, why am I not good enough? I would go to certain people trying to get validation, asking like, why is God doing this to me? Like, why is it that only I'm experiencing this pain and this grief and all of this stuff?
Right.
But at the end of the day, like now looking back at it, because God doesn't leave you anywhere just to just leave you. Like He puts you in a place so that way you can elevate with Him. So now when you look back at it a few years from now, you're just going to be like, God, like all of this makes sense. Like this makes so much more sense. And this is a lot more than I prayed for. Now I understand why I was going through this.
Absolutely.
So just imagine that relief and what you're feeling now versus what you're going to be feeling when you look back at where you are right now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. You know, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm saving it for a certain part, but well, just on the podcast.
Yeah, you're good.
It was funny. I think the best song your mother sings is Break the Chains.
Oh my gosh.
Her favorite song. Her favorite song. And I started having these visions that I was shackled up. I really did. And I was fighting to break them. Fighting to break them. And, you know, it's those convos you had with God, I had the same. Mine was more people were more patting me to be comfortable. And
like, why would you do this? You're already here.
Yeah, you're good.
Already doing so good.
Exactly.
You're doing,
not a lot of hate, just more. But actually, it was hate in hindsight because they never said, "Oh, you could be doing this or you should be trying." There's a few, but it's okay. I don't need many people to speak life into me. I got pretty much in this room besides Papa.
And two, if they don't speak life into you, you realize like you don't even have to claim it. You can be like, oh, that's not me. That's not who I am.
Right.
So I don't know who you're talking to.
And let me tell you, I was fighting. And so this fight of breaking these chains was like exhausting. I would get off and be exhausted. I couldn't put my work to this. I couldn't put my energy to that. I was exhausted. But I thank you because after I just settled down this month, I realized when you told me your story, you handed me the key to them. I didn't have to break them. I just had to put it in the lock and unlock myself.
I got to ask, did you cry when I told you my story?
Heck yeah. After you left. And so, you know, I thank you for that, sis. I thank you because I literally felt the same. The flesh is why you're good. You're making bread. You straight. Mm-hmm. And then that's why I didn't tell nobody when I made the decision. Nobody knew.
I know everyone was shocked. I'm not gonna lie.
Man.
I was, but you asked me about it a while ago, and I'm like, he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. I'm gonna just wait. And then when you told me, I'm just like, dang,
man.
You really did.
So you know what? I'm unemployed, but I'm a business owner.
Woo!
You know what it is. Here we go. But yeah, thank you, sis. I appreciate you. And, 2 days, 3 days since that day, my voice got deeper. My chest sticks out. And I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling confident, man. I'm not kind of shrieked over no more. So I appreciate it, man. You really put that key in my hand. And once I finally settled down, I just was like, oh, cool.
Man, I had to walk so you could run, man.
That part. Man.
I thought it'd be the other way around.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would have quit basketball if it wasn't for you, if you think about it. Like, you remember that conversation we had my freshman year?
Oh, you called me. I was down the street here. I'll never forget.
And I was like, Des, like, I don't think, like, they're telling me all of this stuff. Like, I don't know if I should keep going.
Man.
You remember what you said?
What'd I say?
I'm just asking. Do you remember?
I don't. I'm going to be honest.
You told me to prove them wrong. They don't have the ability to define you. So I'm like, why are you even believing that?
Oh, I said that to you?
I'm just like, dang. And, I was crying. I was like, I don't know what to do.
You were.
But, I mean, if it wasn't for you saying, like, bro, like, why are you even entertaining it? Like,
Exactly.
you're Reynolds.
Go.
So you gotta prove. You might have to work a little harder, right? Mm-hmm. Not sleep as much as everybody else, but you got it. You just gotta dig deeper.
Yes.
And then ever since then, I was like, dang, like, I mean, shoot, I wouldn't even have been here if I quit. Yeah. So, like, the fact that I stuck through it and I didn't even know, like, I would even end up here.
Man.
Because, like, they told me I wouldn't even make it up to Lane. Man. So the fact that I literally saw the world and all this stuff just to come back here and have people be like, wow, like, it's not even the fact that I prove people wrong.
No.
It's the fact that the reason why I continue to, like, push so hard is not just to prove to those people that said that I'm actually worth it. It's to prove to my younger self that she is worth so much more than what everybody else has been telling her all these years.
Exactly. What your environment been telling you. You're more.
Yeah.
You're way more.
So it's like,
go.
Dang. So I'm like, I'm not even done yet. So I'm like, you might have to have me on a podcast in a year after. It's just an update. But like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not stopping here.
No, we're not.
Like, we are grinding until we get to our goals.
Yeah. And I'm with you. I'm with you, man. And that's what it is. This voice was just this. God was like, bruh, he made it to the point. I was like, bruh, I got to. It's just time. Not even the job. It's just what's one of my favorite sayings is go time, man. One of my favorite sayings.
You corny.
Whatever. I still got game.
But where'd you get it from?
What?
Your game from?
My game from? Shoot, I just got lucky, man. I just,
I taught you some things.
You did. You little sis. You helped me out.
I'm kind of sly.
I send you some texts and be like, how should I set this back?
And then you said, how you know how to do this? I'm grown. What you mean? I experienced life too, man. Come on. Yes. Lock in. I'm not 15 no more. Got to keep the roster flowing, you know what I mean?
Straight.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, nah, we focus on you this year. We focus on you. We talked about that.
Okay, nah.
Man.
I'm kidding.
I know.
I'm very focused. Like, actually, like, I don't even have time for all that stuff because I'm like, everything is like.
You're focused. Uncle Dad's going to come up to kick it.
You focusing here.
I mean, yeah, but.
Bring your juices later.
Yeah, I'm going to bring juice and kick it. And my little sleeping bag.
Bro.
World, I'm trying to hang out at the dorm and kick it. Is it the dorm or just apartment?
I'm in an apartment.
Okay, my bad. At the apartment and chill. And
on my lawn chairs, I didn't get furniture yet.
You got some lawn chairs? Well, I got the sleeping bag. We good.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
I got blow up bed too.
Oh, okay. So yeah, just get through this season and do your thing, man.
Got you, man.
How big is Mama in your life?
Oh, my mom.
How big is Mama? How much has Mama helped you?
Oh my gosh, you are gonna make me cry.
We're going there. How big is Mama in your life? How big is it having your parent by your side?
It means a lot more, I think, than she really knows for real. Like, I don't really share like how much, like for her, like I never really tell her how much she really means to me, because I'm like, I think I just cringe. I think it's an ick. I'm not gonna lie. But like at the end of the day though, like my mom has really been there for me. Like even when I feel like nobody else was there, like she like understood me. Like it was hard because like growing up, I always struggled with making friends. Like I'd invite everybody to my birthday parties and then no one would show up. Like things like that. So it was like, you know how like a mom just knows? Like my mom was like my best friend. And you know how like people now would be like, your mom's your best friend? I'm like, yeah. Like my mom was my best friend. Like I would do everything and anything for her. And I would do anything like with her and all that stuff. It was always just us. Like I was her ride or die, and that's just always how it was.
Absolute.
But like I didn't realize how much I needed her. Cause you know, like when you're like grown, you're like, oh, I can handle this on my own, da 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 da. Like in reality, I couldn't.
Gotcha.
Like me going, like I said, across the country, and I'm like, my mom would drop everything and anything she could just to come see me.
So those are true stories. She would take some red eyes and just shoot out to you.
She would take red eyes, and I would like it hurt because it's like, dang, like my other half is at home, and like she was the one that would drop everything to see me, and you know, like it's hard with like family and stuff.
And Michelle, shout out Michelle.
Yeah, her
she went
too.
on a couple of those.
But like, it was her every time, and even when it was like times where I would be like, Mom, like I don't know why I'm here. Like you know, I work so hard. I do everything that I'm supposed to, but it just doesn't feel like enough. Like everything that I'm doing isn't enough, or I don't need it. I'm gonna thug it out.
All
I
right.
got it.
Yeah, it's here if you ever call for it.
Thanks.
It's here for you.
But like all of those things, you know, like your mom's just
Absolutely.
always there to support you, but she did everything like to the next level. So like obviously like back then I was like, oh yeah, like she's my mom, I love her so much. But like she sacrificed so much for me.
Man.
Like the dreams and stuff that I had. She I'm sure she thought it was crazy at some point, and it was like, okay, this girl's she's tripping a little bit.
Oh man, right?
And like I feel like just her putting, like God putting her in my life, it just meant so much, because I didn't realize like how much like she really shaped me into the person that I am today.
Man.
And I feel like we just go together, obviously 'cause she's my mom, but like I feel like she always teaches me a new perspective, and me vice versa. Like she told me, she was like, honestly, I haven't seen anybody's faith just like yours. Like you obviously, like you changed my perspective of the way I see my faith,
Right.
because I see God move in you so much to where it just makes me believe him even more.
That's
so
amazing.
Like things like that, and I'm just like, dang, like, because everything that I'm going through, and I'm calling her for everything, every minor inconvenience, she's always there to listen to me for it. But I didn't realize like how much God is using me for her too.
Exactly.
And it's like, I don't know, everything is just amazing with what God does. But yeah, my mom means a lot to me, and I know she knows that now. But
and T, that's so beautiful, because
you calling me T is so weird.
okay, Tiara is sis. I'm gonna just stick with sis. Where else she's sis to me?
It's fine.
What I love, what's so beautiful is, because I can relate to you. You don't defy your parents too much. You don't defy your mom. You don't betray her. You actually lean into her. You actually look to her as a power source, which is so beautiful, because so many people your age today and the youngers are going against their parents and defying them. And I know parents ain't perfect, but they're
Right.
still learning too. And she don't see you just as her daughter, but she sees you as a light in this world. She sees you as what you can be and the potential you have. And that's what's beautiful. I respect Aunt Becca so much for that, because I mean, yes, we know you're her daughter, but she sees what you're capable of. And you lean into that. And that's so huge, because I do the same. My parents are my everything. We've been through World War I, II, III, IV, and V. But guess what?
7,
8, 9. But at the end of the day, they got me. 30 in my 30s, got me. And it's like, bruh, you lean into family like that. You lean into that love. You embrace it. Society tries to, you're 20 now, you're 21. Oh, you're 25. You don't talk to
You don't
your
really
family.
need to be with your family. Like,
Right.
there's us and da-da-da-da, but I'm like...
Yeah, you got to work
Like-
and do it yourself. Like, yeah, to a degree, but no, it takes a village. As
Yeah.
you said, it takes it. And I love that you keep that to your heart. And look at me. I took your advice.
Look.
I got 10 years on you. And I took it. I said, dang it. She helped me, man.
I didn't want to be in the streets. I'm like, look, I don't mind going to my parents' house. Y'all be in the streets. That's just not it. That's not for me. But I'm like, honestly, though, I think my parents really did do a really good job raising me. I mean, I'm a great person as it is.
Straight up.
But I mean, like, they really did teach me some things. And, you know, like, as a teenager, you're just, like, kind of rebelling and stuff, and you don't understand why. But then it's like, now that you're older, you just understand now. And that's like, dang, like, they really did save me from things that I didn't even realize, like, I needed saving from.
Bruh, for real.
And all of that. And I'm like, look, they saved me from the streets. They saved me from everything. I'm just like, real. Dang.
You know, life is good. Your parents got some money. They love you. They feeding you. They taking care of you. Honor that. Honor your parents, man. Don't go against them. Don't listen to everything else outside. Honor your parents. Love them, man.
Because look, now that I'm in college and I moved, I'm like an hour away now. But like, I miss my home cooked meals. I'm like, Mom, can you please just cook me something real quick?
For real.
Like, you miss all that stuff. Like, now that you're grown, like, you look back and you're like, dang, like, my childhood was so fun. I wish I could go back to my childhood.
Straight up.
Like, that's what I'm feeling right now. And it's like, dang, like, now I'm an adult. Now that they taught me all of the things that they know and they're still trying to teach me, it's like, man, as much as you want to go back, it's like, you can't.
Can't. Embrace the forward. You good, though. They got you. They got you. And we should tell the world real quick, any OG, I get it. Not everybody got parents in their lives. That's why I cherish mine even more. She cherished hers even more, I would say. If you got any OG, honor them, man. Just honor them. If they showing you love, honor that, man. Embrace it. I don't care how old you is. Embrace your family, man. They be trying to tear us apart these days. It's crazy.
No, for real.
Man. What else is up?
The sky. Sorry.
Really?
Sorry, I had to.
Really?
It was just there.
Really?
You said it, so I had to answer.
Well, we had some. Whew, you got me feeling. Sis, you got me.
Oh, don't cry again.
Nah, you got me. I'm hurt. Let's pivot a little. What's your favorite time of year? Let's know some more fun stuff. Favorite time of year? Because your birthday's in the summer.
Yeah, but I'm one of those people that's like, oh, it's my birthday. Like, I'm chilling. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go do something. It's my birthday. I really don't care. Like, you know how, like, growing up, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm so excited. It's my birthday. Not me. I feel so old for that. But ever since Uncle was like, yeah, it's just another day, I'm like, dang, it really is just another day. But now it's like, God brought me here another year. But then it's like, dang, like, I'm really just old now. Like, after this, I'm going to be 22. I'm like, what's good after 22?
Chill, because I'm watching myself through you, bruh. So chill on all this. Like, I'm 10 years older, so chill.
You're
please.
10 years older, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
11. So chill when you do this to me.
Sorry. My bad.
Like I said, I'm cool till I see you. Then I'm like, man. You know that bar thing we just talked about? For real.
Yeah, we ain't talking about that. You probably will never see me, but if you do, the one time I go, I probably see you.
Yeah, we'll probably just go together. Just get it out the way, you know? Just forget it. It is what it is. World sees my family opening up.
I don't know about that, but okay.
But favorite time of year?
I would probably say, okay, I have a few.
A few?
Okay.
You only get 4 choices?
4. Oh, you mean like, okay.
Seasons.
I was thinking like, you know, like after school is out.
Nah,
like
I'm talking 4 What's your... just pick 2.
Okay. I would say for me, Christmas time is my favorite.
Ooh,
That's one of my favorites.
Ooh.
Just because I like doing all like the, like Christmas pajamas, doing the hot chocolate, watching like Christmas movies every single day up to Christmas, the countdowns, like all that stuff growing up.
Right.
I love it so much. I think it's so fun. Like just being festive. I think that would probably be the best.
Where would you, out of like Christmas locations in the country, where would you go? Do you know?
I want to go to Leavenworth.
Beautiful.
I want to go so bad.
You know I went.
Yes, and you called me and I was so jealous. I was like, why didn't you bring me?
Ah, man, beautiful place. Like, we can go. We get you can take a train up there too. I didn't know that.
On your tab or mine? On your tab, I mean, not mine.
Yeah, we put it on tab. It's cool. We got it.
Are you for real?
We try. I
Bro,
get the train.
I'm keeping you to this.
I'll get us up there. You know me. I'll get us there. After that, you got to show out.
I'm going to Hawaii this year for Christmas.
Oh, word?
Isn't that crazy?
That's what's up, man.
I've never been to Hawaii.
Enjoy
but then,
that.
And for November, I'm supposed to go to the Bahamas.
What?
And we're playing, like, literally this girl I looked up to in basketball for years.
Oh, you're going for basketball?
Yes.
Oh,
for Thanksgiving.
You're good. Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's something no one can take from you.
Yeah. So
That's amazing.
I'm so excited. But yeah,
ask them if they can take a +2, 3, because I know your mom will go if she doesn't.
Oh my gosh. My mom's like, okay, tell me where so I can book it up. Like I can book a place. I'm like, man, you come to all of them? She's like, yeah, I ain't never been here. This is my vacation. I said, okay.
Man.
I'm like, honestly,
enjoy that.
I'm so excited.
That's so dope. Man. For real.
Literally.
You can do your vlog right here.
Bro, literally let me vlog. Give me a camera and I'll just do it.
I got you.
Day in the life. If y'all are interested.
I'm telling you. For somebody who's so hardworking like you, what made you realize that hard work will just pay off? If there's someone feeling stuck, feeling like you did, like what made you realize, hey, I can get out of this dark space by just keep going? How did you translate to that?
That's a good question. Dang, that was kind of deep. I wasn't expecting this deep kind of question.
Hey, it's Garage Talks. We say spaces here.
Yeah, okay. Let me see. The best like advice that I could give, because like obviously like when you see growth day by day, like you don't even like you really don't know when you're growing. So like if you're younger and you like grow an inch, like you don't really know you grow an inch until someone else sees it.
Gotcha.
So it's like keep working. There's this thing that I like learned, like if you were to go to the gym, if you're consistent every day lifting and doing all of this stuff, in a few weeks you'll see it, right? And then a few weeks later other people will start to see it, right? So like with that like process, like taking everything a day at a time, like small wins, I just learned about small wins and small accomplishments, like win the day. So like win the day by like making your bed every morning, or like on your schedule, waking up early to go shoot, or like do everything that you know that you can do,
right? And
work to be better. Like now I'm on a schedule where I wake up at like 5 a.m. and then I'll go leave by 6, eat, go shoot, and then I have the rest of my day.
That's amazing.
Like all of that stuff. And I still have to get ready for practice, all that stuff.
Is your energy best in the morning? You feel like you get the most done in the morning time?
Honestly, at first I didn't think so, but now I really do, because it's like nobody else is up. So you really do have to focus because you don't have any distractions.
That part.
Like I feel like if you really do target the small wins, what like is a small accomplishment that you would have? So like drinking a lot of water, or being kind to somebody, like going out of your way to be kind to somebody that you wouldn't typically do. Like that's a win.
Absolutely.
So focus on those little wins, because it makes you more grateful for the things that you are going to be receiving. And if you take it day by day, you're not going to notice it, but other people will begin to talk and they'll begin to notice it for you. Absolutely. Until you see it. So when it happens, you'll be like, oh, wow. Like I didn't even realize like this is it. But it was because you were disciplined.
Straight up.
And like paying attention to every detail and working on those details to get better.
Absolutely.
Details matter, y'all.
Yes, they do. Sis, I'm real quick. I just got to compliment you. You keeping your skin clear. What's the secret?
Oh my, no. I broke out so bad. It was crazy.
Well, you good right now. I ain't worried about when you did.
My skin is just oily right now. I got to do my skincare when I get home.
What's the secret? Okay, you got the whole routine.
Yeah. Okay, so you know how like I'm addicted to skincare and stuff.
Right.
I would buy like Korean skincare products, and they're expensive too. I bought all of the things, and I realized my skin does not like it. So I literally had to keep it simple. I kept the toner pads because them things were very hard to find. Gotcha. So I would still use those, but I use like a retinol or something like that. Helps with like skin, like cell turnover on your skin.
Word.
Don't ask me how I know all this stuff, but I just know it. But it helps like make your skin like regenerate faster and heal faster. Okay. So I've been using that for a month. I broke out so bad. Like I literally like acne scars on my cheeks, my forehead, everything.
Dang.
Like I purposely would pop the pimples to get freckles. Well, you can cut that part out. But still, like I used all of the things. But then it's like literally like the less is better. Like less is more.
Absolutely.
And then just making sure that like your vitamins and like all of that stuff that you're eating is clean too.
For real.
I've been eating actually pretty clean.
Right.
And like meal prepping and stuff to be better because I'm like, you got to really take care of your body too. So it's like at the end of the day, as you're drinking water right now. But like, yeah, you really got to like take care of yourself, like, and pay attention to like the things and stuff that you eat.
Man.
Because it shows.
For sure. It really do. I'm with you on that. That's what I do. My vitamins, my little face mask, I'm good.
A little face mask. I be forgetting for my vitamins sometimes. I just got back on it. But I try to stay hydrated. But I don't think it makes a difference.
Man, I got to tell you, man, the vitamins key, sis. I'm telling you. Become nutrition. I appreciate you guys. I'm about to put her on. Jeff, I'm going to put her on. So when we cut this, just know what's up, man. Real talk. I appreciate y'all.
You know I'm picky too.
I'm gonna show you as soon as we done. Actually, this they water bottle right here.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they do it.
Dang.
All organic too, holistic.
Oh,
I'm with them.
okay.
Yeah, they for real.
Ow.
You're gonna be like this. Thank you. I got you.
Big purr.
Hey, that part. Sis, any last things you want to talk about? We hitting that 2 hour mark, so.
Dang, for real?
Yeah, Joe just put on the board 2 hours. So.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
That
We're at
is
2
crazy.
hours, Joe. No. Oh, where we at?
Stop.
1.25.
Oh, 1.2. Sorry, I saw 2 hours down there. Oh,
Bro, I
1:30.
think I might put my glasses on too because I looked and I was like, oh, there's a 2.
Man, time be fun. I'm telling
Wait.
you, it's like a little time machine in here.
Oh my gosh. That was a number 2, not an actual like. That was number 2,
Right.
not the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I can't see,
saying. It's-
but
That's all right. Mama got it. She get in there. But yeah. Have you experienced nightlife at OSU?
why would I?
I know we just talked
I'm
about.
like, why would I experience nightlife? We're in Oregon. We are in Corvallis, Oregon.
Hey, I was in Salem. Hey.
It was lit.
It was,
Are you for real?
From low key, I was like,
Like,
this is cool.
I
had a good reason to go real quick. I had a good reason. A friend had a concert out there.
Then
And-
that's different.
Yeah, so there was a good reason to be out. I was like, okay, if I'm going to go out, there's a reason. Because I'm usually pretty low key. But, support a friend. I got you because he supports me. Bari, shout out to you. Just went out. But Salem was cool. I was like, okay.
I'm like, Salem is crazy. But like, I'm understanding like if it's like U of O, because like, it's a really big school, but it's like there's a whole lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But like Corvallis is a little bit more remote and it's more quiet. However, like for me, I'm sure we got nightlife. I really just don't go. I'm usually home on the weekends.
True.
Not even that. Like I'm usually in bed by like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Right. So
I'm
your
not even gonna
teammates
lie.
don't be like, come on. I
No,
know.
they be telling me, they're like, T, come home, or T, come on, like, let's go. And I'm like, that's not who I am. Like, that's not what I do.
So they still invite you even though they know.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
No, yeah, they're
That's
cool.
cool.
And like, I respect them for it and stuff. But
Oh,
it's
for
like,
sure.
I just tell them, I'm like, at the end of the day, like, I don't mind hanging out with y'all outside of it.
Right.
But I'm not going to go outside of my parameters just to try to fit into something that I know I'm not.
Exactly. Yeah, I was, just to get there though, they had it going. What I like is like y'all up there where you stay, it's like, yeah, y'all on your own little island.
No, literally.
Literally.
Everybody knows each other. So I'm just like, dang. And too, like, with the music and stuff, I would be really good on aux if I went to a party. Like, if I was on aux,
Ooh-wee.
bro, my playlists are so good. So I'm just like, I don't know.
You
Right.
and your cousin, aka my teammate Didi, you two be on DJ Didi.
Bro, I forgot he's a DJ.
Yeah, he on the team. He do our music, so he take care of us.
Are you for real?
Yeah, he on the Garage Talks team.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
You pull up our website. I'll send it to you.
Me,
He's on there.
international now or something. That's crazy.
See it in the credits.
Yeah, PB in the credits.
That is crazy.
But yeah, when I went there, so for real, so sis, I've never been out in Salem. I've never like really just stopped at Salem besides to hit this taco truck. There's one taco truck I go to. But otherwise it's get the tacos gone. It's never like go hang out in Salem.
Yeah, because Salem is just like it's like a middle city between the big cities,
Right.
It's just there.
It's just there, So, but yeah, I'm went out there when I text you that night. When I tried to come through at like
I
midnight.
know. I was braiding. No, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see my phone because it was on D&D. But I'm over here braiding my. Oh my gosh, I was braiding my hair.
Yeah, we was trying to pull up. We
I
was
know.
hurt.
You have my location though.
I wasn't. clearly thinking, but understand.
I was
yes.
like, you have my location. But
So
like
true.
still, like I was legit braiding my hair. Like I was on grind time because we had media day in like 2 or 3 days. And it's like 2. I didn't like the hairstyle I had.
Got you.
Cause it was a whole lot. It was,
You was being
hot.
picky.
No, it wasn't even picky. I had a huge tan line on my forehead because of how bad my hairstyle was.
Dang,
We not
you was
finna
hurt.
talk. Oh, I was so hurt.
I
I was
feel you. It be
sick.
like
I
that.
took pictures.
I've been there.
I sent it to my mom and she started laughing. I said, "Nope, I'm taking it out." I took it out so quick. I returned everything, and then I literally started braiding my hair that night because I was so sick.
Dang.
But I mean, when you called me though, I was really braiding my hair. My phone was just on sleep mode.
Gotcha. Was media day crazy? Like, was that like
Oh my gosh,
craziest media day ever?
that is the biggest media day that I've ever experienced.
Man,
Like,
was it intimidating or was you good?
No, at first I was like, what do I even do? Like, how do I pose? But we had like 7 stations.
Okay.
So like we had we had like 2 interviewing stations. One was like a photo shoot. I think the rest of them were photo shoots, and then there was one like, or 2 videos / photo shoot. But there was like a video station for like intros and stuff.
Gotcha.
So like for me, for example, so it's so funny because they told me a few weeks before, they were like, Tiara, like, what if we get you a tiara for media day? I'm like, honestly, that would be so cool. I asked them like a few days before, and they're like, we're gonna get on that. I said, I was just like, I got one at home. I'm gonna just bring it. I brought the tiara. I walked in with the tiara on my head, and I'm like, hey guys, you ready for media day? And they looked at me and they're like, bro, like, honestly, that's genius. But I was literally wearing the tiara all over with all of my things.
All the stations.
Yes, it was actually crazy. I was like, I'm just so unserious. I just gotta chill. But it was like, yeah, all my poses and stuff. That's why I want to get in the modeling, because they're like, you're just so good at it. I'm like, I know.
What you posted, I was like, dang, you just flowing. Like, it just looked natural.
Gosh, the streetwear?
The streetwear, yeah.
That was a whole nother photo shoot too.
Sure, well, you was flowing. You had motion. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Bro,
straight up.
I've low-key been stepping ever since I came from Philly. Like, after I picked up like some of their like streetwear and all that stuff, because like now I just wear everything baggy when it's streetwear.
Okay,
because you can never really go wrong with baggy.
Right.
But I was like, dang. I saw the pictures. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, sis. You ate down with these pictures.
You got motion. It just don't look like you trying hard. It's just like, oh wow, that's a beautiful picture. Like,
I look angry in all of them though, but
intense, I would say.
But the glasses, I think the glasses helped with that.
Got you.
So.
Yeah, you doing it.
Yeah, I'm trying. But it was so much fun. I was like literally fangirl. Like I took so many pictures, videos. I have my last name on the back of my jersey. I've never had that before.
That's amazing.
And I changed my number too and everything. So I'm like, this is literally a new start.
Yeah, what number are you wearing?
Yes. Okay. So high school, I was number 1. And then JUCO, I was number 1. Oh, I changed my number, actually. Sorry. So I was number 1, 5, and then 2. And then JUCO, I was 1. And then at LaSalle, I was also 1. So I'm like, I had all those numbers.
Okay.
So I went to number 2. I went 5, 2, 1, and my last number is 0.
Oh.
Because that's just it.
That's just
like, this is it kind of thing, you know?
I respect that.
So I'm like, dang, like, why not newbie getting new number?
See, this why I know we like siblings is pretty much because I got something that we're doing here on Garage Talks. I might as well explain it. Is we're going to have something called Zero to Heroes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, if that's going to be a section we have. And to be determined exactly all the content we put out to it, but it's going to be some good moments there. It's going to be a lot of me one-on-one stuff, but yeah, Zero to Hero. So I respect that.
Let me know. Shoot.
I respect you. Maybe you can sit in on one with me and do it, but that's dope.
I'm so down. I am so down.
Yeah, you rocking it. See, it ain't too bad in here. You start flowing,
No, yeah, I'm chilling. It's just a little toasty. That's all.
Yeah, it get hot up in here.
No, but this is nice though. Yeah, I know y'all was hurt. Look, I can't imagine.
Man, it's just crazy. Like it's crazy. Family is on here. Like it's so cool that I decided to hold out because I feel like it's so worth it. Now I feel like I'm all like, okay, you can do this now. Like you guys deserve the best version of me, and like I feel like I'm at that version where I can be like, okay, I can have family on. Where I can let loose. Boom.
I'm not gonna lie. Like years back when you were still staying with auntie and uncle and I just come over, it would have never been on my, what's today? Saturday? Friday? wouldn't even have been on my Friday bingo card today. That you would have been here for a podcast. I'm like, I low-key was not expecting that out of you. Man. I was like, maybe maybe you like entrepreneur or something. I didn't think you was making. I was like, and making juice at that too. I was like, juice.
Man.
I'm like, now looking, I'm like, dang, you have your own podcast making juice. I'm like, that was not on my bingo card. Like, I was not expecting that at all. But it's working. Man. I'm like, dang, like.
It's flowing.
Like, how you just be lifing and then you really just be looking at everybody else. Like, well, I wonder what they're up to. Because, we didn't really talk that much when I was like over, like on the other side of the country. We didn't really talk that much. So I'm like, when you're like, I wonder what Desmond's doing. Man. Over here making juice.
Making juice.
Who would have thought? Like, this is crazy.
Hey, my dad gave me a juicer last summer and I was like, I actually enjoy this. Then I'm YouTubing how to do different recipes. What work with what?
You got to make me some stuff because I'm not going to, you got to make me like a big one, like pineapple.
And I apologize. I've been holding off on that. But now that we got a little more space to operate, I got you.
Nah, you got you soon. Nay, no rush.
Man, hey, we got to get that to you. We need Desi juicing up at OSU. We need everybody to be like, yeah, this is it.
Oh, I got you.
I
got you, for sure.
But yeah, ain't that a trip? Like, my dad gives me a juicer, and next thing you know, then people are like, what are you drinking? And I'm like, oh, this juice blend. Let me try. Oh, my God. It's amazing.
That's crazy. Because remember when we were at the lake and you was handing out juices? I drank like 3 of them, and I stuffed them in my bag.
Yeah, we're supposed to hand them out, player.
Bro, but they were so good. I'm not going to lie. They were so good. The watermelon, I was like, dang, I didn't know watermelon tasted this good as a juice.
Man, so bomb.
And you put lime in there. I said, bro.
Don't tell all the recipe.
Oh, sorry. Cut that part out, Joe.
Nah, we're good, Joe. It's fine. There's more to it. We know that.
But still, like, you could taste it,
Right.
Yeah, I was bust, I'm not gonna lie.
And yeah, it ain't just throw it in there. You gotta do, do you do a full lime, half a lime? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much little technique to it.
I mean, I threw the bottles in my bag.
Yeah, that's fire. So fire.
But sorry, go ahead.
Nah, you good. Man, that's cool. Shout out, I want to give a shout out to your brother, Denzel Bolden. And your Hira. Shout out to those two.
Cool people, bro.
Man, he pulled up on me. It's been a little over a month now. They got some juice. But man, he gave me some pointers and some compliments, and I felt honored. I got to tell you, when family works together, and this is a subject actually I want to get on with you. When family works together, we can be unbeatable. Keyword though, when we work together. That being said, him coming over meant the world to me. And shout out to you, Zell. I hope you hear this, see this. I'm sure you will with your sister being here. He was like, bruh, he just gave me some great advice on Garage Talks, and it meant the world. Because he don't do that. Zell don't just pop up on people.
Yeah, ever. Not even me. I'm still waiting for him to pull up to my apartment like, hey, with the kids and the dogs.
See?
I'm still waiting.
And so I heeded that. I felt honored. I was like, bruh, like, you pulled up on me, man. Thank you. Gave me some wisdom, some gems. I appreciate y'all. Let's be real, I'm kind of the middle cousin of the younger generation and the oldest.
Yeah, you just there.
I'm literally like, I'm kind of wedged in.
You just there.
Straight up. Like, the OGs hit me. You all come my way. I'm honored. And for him to come up to me, I heeded that. I heeded it so much. And I was like, bruh, thank you. Dez, I can tell when you holding back. Dez, I tell when you not at your full potential. And I was like, bruh, thank you. Thank you. Told me what I needed to hear. And Zell, I hold that close. So I thank you, G. You a real one for that, man.
No, he's real.
Yeah, your brother came in clutch. And your Hira, she was right there nodding her head. I was like, man, I feel you.
Just has a support.
Yeah, I feel you, cuzzo. Thank you, man. It's huge, sis. So shout out to your brother. We blessed.
Crazy. Nah, for real.
What's something you wish you see from family in general, not just your family, but our family?
Dang, that's kind of.
I know, huh? Let's talk.
That I would want my family to do like better.
Yeah.
Or like.
Yeah. What's something we can improve on? What's something you wish we could start doing better?
I say letting go of the past. Because the past is in the past for a reason. Like, it's meant to be in the past. Like, why are we still dwelling in it, Like, we grow as people. We've grown. We understand. We learn. So it's kind of like, yes, I know, like, at the end of the day, our family's going to come together. but let's not like dwell on the past of everything that's happened in the past,
Right.
and
Holding on
not
to
hold
some
grudges
anger.
and all of that stuff. Because like at the end of the day, we're family. Like the time and stuff that we have is limited.
Straight up.
Like like I just went to a funeral last week for someone that I didn't know would pass away as early as she did, and that's the only time we come together when a tragedy happens. So it's like, why can't we do that more often? It's not like putting your pride to the side, humbling yourself, and remembering that your family is everything. Like, we shouldn't just go and see our family when they're in the casket.
When they're in a casket at a funeral.
Yeah.
I feel you. Can I jump in with you?
Yeah, go for it.
I agree. And I'm going to jump in on a different angle of I really wish our family would come closer to support one another in any means necessary.
That too.
As we speak, we have family members that are down bad financially, things like that. And I wish we could be so strong and together at a point that this family member's down financially.
We would help you out.
We got you. Your mortgage is covered for the next 6 months. This is because really, let's be real. We got probably more than 200 family members, and everyone throw in a little something that covers that person's meals, bills, and stuff. And on the flip side of that, for anyone that hurts in the family, I wish they would be more comfortable to not just come to a section of the family, but they can communicate to all of us.
That's what I'm saying too.
You know,
We're not cliquey.
not
We're
not be
supposed to
cliquey. Yeah,
We're all family,
exactly.
No, I totally understand. And I think that's a really good point too. Cause like at the end of the day, like we're all we have, so it's like, you got to rely on them. Like you should rely on them, you know?
Should.
So like, no, I agree with you totally.
Straight up. And I mean, it's just real talk here. I mean, there's going to be, you're, like I said, you're the first draw of blood on here. And I know there's going to be much more coming at you straight up.
Special.
So, that's definitely, I just wish we can get closer instead of letting death bring us all the time.
Because remember when we used to go to like Cali for like family reunions, and we'd go to like the water parks and all that stuff?
Yes.
It's like, dang, like where is this all now?
Where's that energy? Yes, exactly.
So it's like everything just kind of changed over the years. And I'm like, dang, like when we were all together, we were all going to Disneyland together and all that stuff. That was so much fun.
So good. The energy was pure. It was good. Now it's like.
Now we old. Now it's hurt.
Yeah.
Why?
It's my word.
It's the word, bro. That's the one word you just use. Hurt.
Well, that saying. I mean, it's the ones closest to you cut deep, and it's like, so I get that, and I just think with our family, we got so much untapped potential to get. We do, So it's like, dang, we just got to figure it out sooner than later, because it's like, man. Because there's people out there too, I look, and this scares me. This is something that really does scare me. There's people out there that don't have family at all. And I empathize because I'm like, word, if I was you, if you took Desmond and put him in a different universe and I had no family.
I'd be lost. I'd
terrifying,
be hurt.
Right?
Hurt.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying. So we need to stop taking for granted what we have. And that's why I make a more effort to be around you and talk to you, because it's just, you mean so much to me and you've done so much for me. And, family is key. It's essential.
Hey, I try too. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. We right here.
I was about to say, I'm just letting you know, man.
Oh.
I be trying.
Hey, that's all I ask.
No, yeah. Like, that's why, like, I tried to, like, keep that relationship, especially, like, with Nene and Khalil, like, my quote-unquote younger cousins.
Right.
Like, we grew up together. So I'm, like, they're, like, also part of my childhood. So now, like, we're still super close till this day. But it's just, like, dang, like, family really is important.
It is.
And it's, like, yeah, I feel like I don't know how to explain it with them, because they're also just, like, my brothers. But, like, I can't even, like, imagine, like, going to family functions and just not having them there.
Exactly.
Or, like, having our little group chat and just going off. Like, all of the things. It's like, dang. And I know that there's people that aren't really close with their family. So it's completely different to, like...
It is.
Just think about, because I'm like, dang, like, you don't have your family? Like, what do you guys do?
Man.
I haven't seen my family in years. I'm like, wow.
It's crazy.
I'm like, I could literally just go up the street, my family would just be there.
Right. Straight
like,
up.
It's just, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, so we got to keep that. It's essential. So we got to make a way for sure. That's definitely huge.
For sure.
And I got this model. There's non-blood that's family too. We can bring those pieces in and continue to grow.
Yeah.
But yes, it's for real. So I do thank you all the time, man. I'm so grateful for you because it's just circle of life. You help me, I help you. It's a beautiful thing, man. We doing it.
We're doing it, bro.
We're gonna win.
We
man.
getting grown.
Yeah.
Like, I'm grown, but you really grown.
Thanks. Yeah, you're right.
I'm like, dang, this is crazy.
Man.
I'm still stuck on the bingo card thing.
Whatever, man. Yeah, ain't that crazy? It's crazy, mate. I don't even know.
Like, we're really grown up now.
It's a trip.
And I used to start coming over to see y'all when I was like, how old? Like, middle school, fifth grade into middle school. I was like 12, 11.
Awesome.
So I've been around for like over 10 years.
Man.
Over 10 years is crazy.
Well, don't stop coming around, please.
Oh, I won't.
Never.
Yeah, I won't.
Well, any last things to say? Anything? Thank you. Oh, real quick, thank you for bringing your Beaver merch over. You brought the fanny pack, and now you're rocking that.
I got you guys. I'm also coming out with merch too.
Bad.
So it's about to drop. I want to say in about less than 2 weeks.
Man, are you gonna play? You play against USC at all? I know they're not in your league, but is USC? Mm-mm. Dang it!
I mean, they played Pac-12, and then Pac-12 disbanded. So now we're in the West Coast Conference. So we're playing like Washington State, Gonzaga. I want to say some of the UC schools, Pepperdine. We're playing like St. Mary's.
Okay.
It's like all of those like Cali schools, those like bigger Cali schools. We're playing them.
Okay, bet.
And then we got Gonzaga.
Ooh.
And Washington State that just moved, and they're also really good too.
Okay, bet.
So our conference is going to be pretty good this year.
That's good.
But I still think we dancing. We go into the dance for sure.
Straight up, that's it. There's
for
no
sure.
other choice. Man, I saw your schedule. I was like, whoa.
Bro, I was so excited. I was like, dang. I play one of my girls that I used to train with.
For real?
Yes. I'm like, dang. She was like, we play against each other, right? I'm like, no.
That's crazy.
She was like, yeah, I'm not guarding you, but I'm so excited. I'm like, bro, that's crazy to me. Like, I'm excited. Because it's like everybody, it's like a full circle moment. Yeah. Like, I'm playing against people I played against in high school.
Dang.
And was teammates with, like, all of those things. So I'm like, dang. I'm really just here.
We all in.
We're all in.
All in. I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
That's crazy.
Well, any last things you want to say as we wrap up?
I'd probably say, like, if you really have a dream or desire in your heart and you can't shake it, just push it. For sure. And strive for it, I'd say. Absolutely. That's it. That's all I can say. Just pursue it. Absolutely. Because I'm like, what do you have to lose? You don't have anything to lose. No, but you got regret, the biggest pain ever in life, regret. And you're always like, at the end of the day, you're probably just going to look back and be like, dang, I wish I would have when I was younger. So it's like, why even wait? I'm trying to live my life with no regrets too. And I've honestly, I think I've been doing pretty good. Straight up. You're doing great. Like, you're doing amazing. First, like, I didn't understand it. Like, I would regret, like, not doing all the things and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, it disciplined me. Right. So, like, now it's like, dang, like, I don't regret it. Exactly. And all of that stuff. So, yeah. Well, remember, before I told you I left my job, that environment thing. You left that environment, and it's such a blessing for me to watch you. You got this aura to you, and I'm not trying to hype you up. For real, you got this aura, this swag, this confidence, and I truly believe it's because you left. You left the state. You experienced things. You experienced different life. All the things. And then now you come home. And it's beautiful to look at. It's like, dang, she got this. You got motion. So keep going. It's different, Des. Because, like, literally, like, growing up here, I feel like if I would have stayed here, I don't think I would have grown at all. No. Like, at all. You wouldn't have. And I'm like, because Eugene is such a bubble. Like, our family is so big to where it's like, it's comfortable. You don't want to leave it because you don't know what else is out there. Right. And all of this stuff. So, like, the fact that I had the opportunity, because you got to realize, though, too, not many people, like, not many of us get out. No. Like, no people really make it out of Eugene. So, like, I was, like, less than 1% that didn't make it out.
Exactly.
So the fact that I was able to do that and then grow, the growing was not easy. I can tell you that.
Some growing pains.
Pains, hurts. But like, it's literally all worth it in the end. Cause I'm like, dang, like now you have just a different perspective on life than what your family has that they've known all their life.
Exactly.
So it's like, you can kind of be that change.
Yeah. Proud of you, mate.
You too, man.
You're in our cousin Boston too, out in Florida.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
You know,
I was so happy for him.
Man.
Like when he, when I met with our auntie, like his mom, I was like, dang. I was like, where he going? She said Florida State. I'm like, dang, Florida State.
Shoot.
After everything that he's went through too, I was over here kicking and giddy in my feet because I was so happy because I'm like, he was one that really did deserve it.
Straight up.
And like you could just tell by his demeanor that that's really all he wanted was a chance.
He just wanted it.
So I'm just like, dang, like we low key in this together because I'm like, this is our last year, so we literally gonna make something shake in a year.
Yeah, and make sure you two stay in touch a little bit. Just talk a little.
Oh yeah, I be DMing him on Instagram.
Okay,
I don't have.
good.
I'm so bad with phone numbers and stuff and names. It's so bad.
Man.
But like, I really do try to.
You don't
keep
be
in
saving
touch.
phone numbers. Save them, man.
I do sometimes, but then sometimes it's like, who is this? I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot.
Yeah, I know. I forget too. I'm like this. Just put the name to the number, just real quick. Just real quick.
But then it's like, then you get distracted because you get notifications saying your package is outside, so you just want to go outside. You know, things like that be it's so bad, but things like that really be happening. Like I'm being so for real.
No, for real, for real. Man.
But no, yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, proud of you. Keep it going.
Sounds
Keep it
good.
going. You got so much experience now. You got this. Can't nothing stop you. Everything you've been through. So, and world, is that everything?
I think that's anything.
We good. We're blessed.
Do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah. World, amazing story. Tiara Bolden really brought it here. She grown from the concrete, honestly. So I hope this conversation reaches you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Many blessings to you. And we out of here. Garage Talk's done. Have a good evening.
Peace.
We out.
Woo! Cut the cameras. Man, that was great. An hour and 45. What else? I don't think I've had.
I didn't need too much time.
Nah, you did. I really didn't.
You can always correct it online or on the.
True.
Ugh.
2023 JUCO Regional Champion. Attended LaSalle University in Philadelphia. And now Oregon State Beaver. And blood to me. Boom, boom, boom. Got my rehearsing. Thank you. Everybody.
Rehearse? Dang.
Yeah.